so this is part 2 of my VidCon recap. This is the part where I'm going to tell you about everything. I'm gonna warn you now, it's gonna be a little bit rambly and a little bit fangirly because just so many exciting things happened. So before I left for VidCon, I actually went and printed out a bunch of business cards that are like for me, and I gave away a bunch of those at VidCon, so that's super cool. I actually have a bunch left if you want one. Just send me a message and I can send you one. I don't know why, but that's a thing I could do. So first, I'm gonna tell you about us getting to VidCon. So my good friend Ty and my good friend JT and I all drove to VidCon. Well, when I say we drove, I mean Ty drove because JT and I can't drive. We drove from Utah to Anaheim, and we left Utah with plenty of time to register and eat dinner and then find people and hang out and just sort of relax that first night because we left Thursday before VidCon actually started for us on Friday. And our trip was going great. We got about 20 miles outside of San Bernardino and we broke down. Then we had to get towed into San Bernardino, and by the time we managed to do that, everything was closed. What we ended up having to do was get a cab to the airport where we could rent a car because all of the car rental places around town were closed. So we didn't really end up getting to the hotel or anything until like 10:30 at night. But hey, we got there. We saw some people, hung out with some people that first night there a little bit before we were all just like, we're really tired and went to bed. And then next morning we waited in line to register, and then we went into VidCon and it was amazing. And what? There was a giant shark! Sharkzilla was just, you know, sitting in the middle of the expo hall. What? For those of you who don't know, sharks are kind of my thing, and the fact that I had seen Sharkzilla on television last year for Shark Week, and then it was like there in person in front of me, that was super cool. Because VidCon is VidCon, it's super busy and there's lots and lots of different things to do, so I didn't get to go to as many panels or do as many things as I wanted, which is, you know, fairly typical of any convention that you go to. So I went to a couple of panels, I went to a couple of meetups, I went to a bunch of the different signings. Speaking of signings, what? Look at that! Oh my gosh, so many signatures! The first signature that I got on my painting was Corey Vidal, who I ran into Thursday night, and I ended up talking to him about Tumblr for a little bit, which is pretty cool. He follows my Tumblr. That's what? Okay. Mike Falzone also signed it and said that he loved my painting thing, and that's awesome because I love Mike Falzone. I also got like the entirety of SourceFed, and I got the entirety of like Steam Powered Giraffe, who were super cool and I actually got to see in concert, which was amazing. I also got all of the people from Storywar to sign it after JT and I had gone over to the booth with JT dressed up as the fairy from the card game. It was super amazing and wonderful, and they were so excited and happy, and that was super cool because I was like, a thing that I've made based on a thing that they made being well received. Yay! Because I made JT the cosplay for the fairy from Storywar, they gave us both copies of the game, which is super amazing and wonderful, and they all signed this for me. They all signed my painting too, so I have double the signatures. I got to see a bunch of different people play in concert, which was super cool. And once again this year, just like last year, Adam, the Gears Keep Turning, started a mosh pit for Driftless Pony Club, and I was once again a part of that. This year I walked away with a bunch of bruises though. VidCon mosh pits are basically the friendliest mosh pits in the world. Waldo was there. It was pretty cool. I once again this year took place in setting the world record for most people playing a game of Ninja at any time, and this year I actually got the patch that like says I'm a world record holder. But yeah, there was 554 people or something this year, which is a large amount of people playing Ninja. And I was so upset because I got taken out by a noob, but it was super cool, and that meant I got to film a lot of stuff, which was amazing. Also, we found this tiny little squishy velociraptor while we were waiting in line to register. We've named him Reggie. Now he's living on my bookshelf because he's cool. VidCon just in general was amazing, and I got to meet in person for the first time a lot of my friends that I've made online. I got to meet my friend David, I got to meet my friend Tom, I got to see a bunch of friends that I made last year at VidCon. I got to see my friend Matt, I got to see, it was so cool seeing people. And then there's the one person that I was meant to see, that I was planning to see, that I didn't actually see. And I feel so bad because we kept missing each other, and it was actually a fan of mine who lives in New York. She was at VidCon and we were supposed to meet up, and it was gonna be great, but then I kind of forgot after Ninja because I got distracted because Ninja. And then her tweets weren't getting sent to my phone, and we just kept missing each other. Like, I was in the mosh pit and she was like right by the mosh pit, and neither of us realized that. And then like I fell asleep Saturday night, and then she like tweeted at me that she was leaving in half an hour, like after I'd fallen asleep, and it was so frustrating. I'm so sorry. There was just so many amazing things that happened at VidCon, and I am so excited for next year because it's gonna be more days and more things and all of the things. I'm so excited. Anyway, I'm Cassie, and more likely than not, I love you, and I will see you soon. Hopefully, I will see you all at Vidcon next year.